أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونعوذ به من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد فأوصيكم ونفسي يا أخوة الكريم بتقوى الله العزيز العليم كما أمرنا الله تعالى بذلك في كتابه الكريم إذ قال يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وإن شر الأمور محدثاتها وإن كل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. ثم أما بعد فقال الله تبارك وتعالى قل إن صلاتي ونسكي ومحياي ومماتي لله رب العالمين لا شريك له وبذلك أمرت وأنا أول المسلمين. My respected brothers and sisters in Islam, we start by thanking, praising, glorifying Allah. We seek His help and His guidance. Whoever He guides, none can misguide. And whoever He allows to go to the path of misguidance, none can bring back to the guidance. And we send our salutation and blessings upon the last and final messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Peace and blessings be upon him and his family and all those people who follow him sincerely until the end of times. After that, I remind myself and I remind you to have taqwa of Allah, to have the consciousness and awareness of Allah, the knowledge that He's with us and watching us every time and every moment of our lives. As He explained to us in the Quran when He said, "O you who have believed, have taqwa of Allah." Have this consciousness, love and awareness of Allah like it is His right for you to have taqwa, awareness and consciousness of Allah. And do not die except in a state of accepting His greatness and oneness. In our lives, we have many questions that we ask of ourselves and the things around us. And as we grow up in this culture, and those who haven't, maybe when you live here you'll notice, as we grow up in this culture of the United States, there's one thing that's central to people's lives, and that's me, myself, and I. That's usually the concept we are given in our lives as we grow up in this country. To an extent, it's a good and important concept to have. But when we take it to a certain extreme and a certain level, we forget the reality of life around us. We forget what is the purpose of the creation of human beings. And if you ask the most devout Christians, they will also tell you that in their theology, this concept is not the concept that a good human being should have all the time. True, this concept has allowed us individually to fight for our rights. But collectively, it has caused the worst downturn that civilization can ever see. When you look around yourself and you wonder what in the world is happening with the political system and how in the world do people appreciate or even accept certain statements from certain individuals' mouths coming out without any care or consideration of the ramifications of what they say, you go back to the concept, me, myself, and I. But as a true Muslim, Allah has given us an amazing concept to have in our lives that supersedes all these concepts and makes sure that me, myself, and I am protected. But yet the collective is amazingly protected in the same way and manner and fashion. And that's a simple concept to state, but a difficult concept to understand until and unless we focus on trying to understand that concept. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, directly in the Quran. Qul, say, make the statement clear and open. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alameen. Without even the smallest, tiniest amount of doubt, my salah, my sacrifice, my life, and my dying all belong to Allah, the Lord of the Alameen, the Lord of the universes. Our knowledge and science only tells us of one universe, but the creator of everything knows better. The Lord of the worlds, everything and anything that exists, things we know of and things we do not. Allah told the beloved messenger Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, to proclaim this to the people. That his salah, his sacrifice, his life, his death, all belong to Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. No longer is the center of our attention and concentration me, myself, and I, but it's Allah. Ar-Rahman, the continuously, infinitely merciful, the one who's merciful over and over and over again. Al-Alim, the most knowledgeable. Ash-Shakur, the most appreciative. Al-Wadud, the most loving. That is my center. He will never make me do something that will be against me, myself, and I. And he will never make me do something that's against you, yourself, and all of you. But he will always tell me what's best for myself and what's best for all of humanity. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those people who understand the central concept of Islam, the concept that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam lived his life by, where the center of my universe is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Al-Wadud, the most loving. Ar-Rahman, the continuously, infinitely merciful, who is merciful over and over again. And Al-Alim, the most knowledgeable. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. I conclude this part of my khutbah and I ask Allah and I request you and myself to ask Allah for forgiveness because He is the most merciful, the most forgiving. الحمد لله الذي هدانا للإسلام وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. Again, start by praising and thanking Allah, asking for His help. He is the one who has guided us to this path of submission and obedience of Allah, Islam, and we would not have been guided if He had not guided us. And we declare and bear witness that there's only one God worthy of worship, Allah, and we declare and bear witness that Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, is a mere worshipper, servant of Allah, and the last and final messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Glorified and exalted is He. So what practical steps can we take to reformulate our thinking and to recenter ourselves around Allah instead of recentering ourselves around me, myself, and I? One of the biggest things is to focus on our salah. When we're praying salah, me, myself, and I dissolves down into the depths of the earth. Because the person who is concerned of him or herself will never put his or her forehead and nose to the ground in front of anyone in this world. Not even their own parents. Not even your own reflection in the mirror. Because superficially speaking, you wouldn't even be able to see your own reflection. So you would never put your face to the ground. Because what would be the point? But even still, we never put our face and nose down to anyone except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when we do this, we center ourselves and remind ourselves that He is the one who is my center. He is the only one that I'm willing to and I accept to put my nose and face down in front of, because I know He will not be unjust with me. I know He will not be cruel with me. I know He will not forsake me and leave me. In the most difficult of my times or in the best of my times, He will always be next to me and beside me. The next thing we can do is try to understand that if there are concepts in our religion that we find difficult to adopt, for instance, praying 5 times a day, or giving up alcohol, or giving up having relationships out of marriage, we should remember one of the biggest things that push us to do those things is centering ourselves around me, myself, and I. I center myself around Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those things become inconsequential. They become easier to adopt as a lifestyle. And think about it. Simple example of alcohol. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, the first Khalifa of Islam, was once sitting with a group of Muslims and they were just talking. Did you ever drink before you were Muslim? Amongst each other and asking each other. When they got to Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he said, Astaghfirullah or A'udhu Billah. He said, why are you saying A'udhu Billah? I seek refuge with Allah, or God forbid. We're asking before you accepted Islam if you ever drank. It wouldn't have been wrong for you. He said, no, I hated to drink because I value my dignity. And one day, as I was walking down the street of Mecca, I saw a drunk man who was walking around in his drunken state, and he saw a bunch of animal droppings, and he was hungry, and he would put his hand down forward to try to eat that, and then smell the nasty smell and move his hand away again. But then again, he's so drunk, he would be hungry, he'd reach down again and try to eat that again, then smell everything and move away. And I said, this man has lost his dignity. I never want to lose my dignity. Because Abu Bakr centered himself around Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah would never want me, myself and I to lose my dignity in front of anyone else and myself, or in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Relationships out of marriage. Everyone knows there are breakups happen in relationships. Why would you do that? To break your heart and break someone else's heart. While Allah has made a very good and beautiful way for you, get married. And be joined in a contract where you agree and acknowledge that you will love each other and take care of each other forever in the most difficult times and the best of times. Of course, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Alim al-Hakim, the all-knowledgeable, all-wise, left doors open for the unfortunate circumstances when married couples have trouble. But that's Allah's wisdom. And He put in regulations and guidelines so it doesn't happen rampantly left and right. And so people's hearts do not get hurt and broken. Because when we center ourselves around Allah, then me, myself, and I, my heart is taken care of by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we enter into these relationships thinking that I have someone who cares for me and I can be someone who cares for someone without marriage, there is no sanctity between them. There's no guarantee that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect it. But when instead I choose that I'm going to only do this through marriage because Allah is my center, my desires are not my center, then Allah will put blessings in that marriage. No wonder He says that the wives and husband and wife have made for each other like sakina, peace and tranquility. So we must remember to center ourselves around Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our salah, our sacrifice, our living and our dying, all should be for Allah. Then every command of Allah becomes something that I love to follow and I rush to follow and bring into my life. Remember, the word Islam itself means peace, submission, and obedience. But put those three words together into a sentence, it means attaining peace through submitting to the will of Allah and obeying His commands. That is putting Allah central in our lives. We ask Allah to make us of those people who truly dedicate our lives to Allah and make Him the center and the focus of our entire lives, so that me, myself, and I can be taken care of, and so all of humanity around us can be equally taken care of in the most just and equitable manner. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا واخطأنا. ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم لا تسلط علينا من لا يرحمنا ولا يخافك فينا. اللهم لا تسلط علينا من لا يرحمنا ولا يخافك فينا. اللهم لا تسلط علينا من لا يرحمنا ولا يخافك فينا. اللهم انصر إخواننا المسلمين المستضعفين المظلومين في كل مكان من الرجال والنساء والولدان. اللهم انزل عليهم سكينتك ورحمتك أجمعين. اللهم إنا نسألك خير ما سألك منه عبدك وحبيبك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، ونعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذك منه عبدك ورسولك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. وصل اللهم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله.
استووا واعتدلوا وقيموا صفوفكم ولا تختلفوا سد الخلل. Please make your line straight. Stand shoulder to shoulder, ankle to ankle with the person next to you. If there's a spot open in the row in front of you, please make sure you fill that. So, Allahu Akbar. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.